Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Jenna. If you're new, welcome. So today is kind of hectic, but I wanted to show you guys how I'm going to be making my homemade yogurt. I wanted to make another batch tonight so that it's ready in the morning. And I've only got like 3 servings left of the yogurt that I made before. I'm hard boiling eggs right now. We just finished dinner and trying to get cleaned up. So I'm just going to go and show you how easy it is to make homemade yogurt. You're only going to need 2 ingredients, which is yogurt or a starter, your Instant Pot, of course, that's not an ingredient, and your milk. So I'm going to make a gallon, so I have a gallon of milk and half a cup of yogurt from our previous batch. So let's take a look. Alright, so here is the milk that I'm using today. This is actually different than I used last time. I prefer full fat vitamin D milk, but they didn't have it, so I got 2% instead, and we'll see if we like it the same or whatever. And I have a half cup of yogurt, or you can use a starter and just follow the directions that come with your starter. This is all organic. And I'm using ultra filtered milk because it has less sugar. So this is, grab that. This is 2%, which I usually don't use. I usually go for the vitamin D, like I said. But I wanted to try the ultra filtered because of it's so much less sugar and less carbs, obviously. So since I am on the keto diet, I wanted to reduce the sugar as much as possible. So that is why I decided to get this when my store just started carrying this, and I was excited to try it. So it's just too bad they didn't have the full fat milk, because that would be ideal. All right, so I've got a gallon of milk and my half cup, and I'm going to be using my Instant Pot. So I am not going to be bringing this to a boil like some do. If you want to, go ahead and follow that method. So you can also go ahead and sanitize your Instant Pot. There's lots of tutorials out there using a couple cups of water and steaming it for about 5 minutes. Or you can just wash it and make sure it's very, very clean. Alright, so we're going to start by putting our milk in the Instant Pot. Alright, so I'm just going to pour this first thing of milk in here. And I'm going to grab a little bowl, and I'm going to mix my yogurt with some milk in a bowl. This is just going to make it a lot easier to mix in than pouring it in the Instant Pot and trying to mix it in a huge batch of milk. I spilled a little bit, but don't worry, my dog is down there waiting for anything I drop. I should have grabbed my whisk, but maybe I will still grab it. My hard-boiled eggs are almost done, so hopefully we'll get this done before we hear that start to beep. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I've just got my yogurt mixed in to some of the milk. It's very easy and very safe. So my husband is in love with our milk, or our yogurt, so for a while there I was buying the 2 Good yogurts because they're so good on keto A lot of people on the keto diet use that, and it is really good, but I just love seeing the ingredients that I'm putting in and knowing what's going into it. And the Too Good yogurt is non-GMO, but it's not organic, and so I can get all organic ingredients. Alright, so this is a little bit under a gallon, but that's okay. Alright, so now I am going to just give this a little stir. I have not come prepared. Alright, so I'm just going to stir this up a little bit, make sure that the yogurt's all mixed in with everything. Alright, so we've got our ingredients there in the Instant Pot. Sorry about the noise, grabbing a plate. So I'm just using one of my glass dinner plates. And I'm just going to set that on top as my lid. You can use your Instant Pot lid if you want to, but I would recommend taking out the seal. That can kind of harbor smells and different things, and I don't want yucky smells or flavors in my yogurt. So this is not going to be under any pressure, so you can just put a lid like this, or if you have a glass Instant Pot lid, you can use that as well. Alright, so we're going to come down and look at the settings. And I am not doing a boiling method because I don't believe that it's necessary, and this method works for me every time. So if you're nervous about your already ultra pasteurized milk having germs in it, then go ahead and do the other method. But I'm just going to hit the yogurt button once. If you want to do the boiling method, push it twice till it says boil. I'm just going to push it on once. And I have it set for 10 hours. You can adjust the time like this, up or down. But I'm going to do 10 hours. You can do between 6 and 24 hours. I would not go really 6. The longer you go, there it's kicking on, and I have it set to normal. If you want like a sweeter yogurt, you could go with the less, and there's also a more setting, but I just go normal and it works great for me. So it's going to start at 0 and it's going to count up to the time that you have set it to. So I'm just going to, it's I think around 7:30 going on 8 o'clock p.m. So this is going to be going all night, and I will then be able to strain it and refrigerate it in the morning. So I'm just going to slide this back on my counter and let it do its thing. Okay, so like I was saying before, you want to set your time for a minimum of 6 hours or a maximum of 24 hours. So anywhere in between there, just know that the longer it ferments, obviously you're going to have more bacteria, which is great. That's exactly what you want. But it will get more and more tart and soury tasting, like any fermented food. So depending on what you can handle, you could start around 8 to 10 hours and work your way up if you want to. If you are lactose intolerant or worried about lactose, you can do it for 24 hours and you should be good. Also, I believe this milk, the ultra filtered milk, is lactose free. So I'd have to check on that because I'm not lactose intolerant, so I don't really pay attention to that. But I'm pretty sure that the ultra filtered milk said lactose free because it's ultra filtered. So anyways, I've got it in my Instant Pot here going. So I'm doing this batch for at least 10 hours. I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. It is a few minutes before 6 a.m. and my yogurt has been going for 10 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like and show you the next step, which is to strain it. Now, you don't have to strain yours if you like it the way that it is now. That's fine. The more you stir, it's going to break up the proteins and it's going to get a little bit more soft. So I like a more thick and creamy Greek style yogurt. So I'm going to go ahead and strain much of the way off of mine, and I'll show you how I strain it. But a lot of people like it the way it is, so if you don't want to strain it, you don't have to. You can just go ahead and put it in jars at this point, or whatever container that you are planning on using to store your yogurt in. So I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like and show you how I strain it. Alright, so my Instant Pot just shut off a minute or two ago, and if I remove the plate, this is what the yogurt looks like. I should have grabbed a spoon. So, as you can see, it's nice and thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into my strainer, and I'll show you what that looks like. So for me, there's lots of different contraptions out there and lots of different strainers, some pricier than others, and I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, and I didn't want to have a bunch of new contraptions in my kitchen because I do have a pretty small kitchen. But I just use this cloth bag that I got off Amazon, and you can just rinse it and reuse it when you're done. So it's really convenient, and it stores in the cupboard really nice. And I put it in my steamer basket. This is just a stainless steel steamer basket. It sits on top of my big stainless steel pot that I steam broccoli and stuff in. So I just set it on top of my biggest Pyrex glass mixing bowl. Fits perfectly on there. And then I put this on top. So my camera woman is sleeping right now, so I will pause and put this on here and show you what it looks like. Alright, so that's what the bag looks like on my little strainer setup. And I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this out and pour it into here. Anyway, I wanted to try to show you the liquid. As you see all that whey in there, you can still see a little bit of whey. There's actually quite a bit more than you would think. So anyways, that's what I'm going to be straining off. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. Oh, got it on my hand. Alright. Scrape all of that good stuff in there. So it fits perfectly in this bag and in my little setup here that I got. So you can just use, obviously I don't expect you to have this exact thing as me, but you can use a colander or a strainer, and just make sure that you have a bag like this or a strainer that is specifically made for yogurt. Otherwise it will go through even a fine mesh. So there we go, that's what that looks like. But it will start to drip down into there. Oh, now I can see a few drops. So anyways, I'm going to, at this point, put this into the fridge and let it strain for, I don't know, we'll see. Usually I do this at night, and so like right before bed I put it in the strainer and I just let it strain all night for about 8 to 10 hours. But you can go as long as you want or as little as you want if you can't wait. So alright, and I forgot to mention that I do put a lid on it as well. So I'm gonna just, I've got my lid on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make room and put this into my fridge for a while. So it doesn't really matter that much how long you strain it. There's no designated time for how long you strain it. It's how long it takes to get to the consistency that you like. So as soon as it's cool, if you wanna grab some out of there and taste test it, that's cool. Go ahead and do that. I don't know, last time I did probably 8 to 10 hours because I did it overnight. And it was great and super thick. and it pretty much filled up the bottom mixing bowl with whey. So also check into some recipes and things that you can use the whey for, because you can totally use whey for lots of things. So grab your canning jars and put that extra whey into your jars and save it for some cool recipes and different things. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the fridge, and later when it's cool, I'll show you what it looks like all drained and strained, and I'll show you the cool jars that I put mine in. So we'll see you back here in a bit. So this has been in the fridge for about 8 hours, and as you can see, it's drained a ton. And if I remove the lid, you'll see that the volume has gone down quite a bit. And yeah, so you can tell I've lost quite a bit of whey. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in jars. I'm gonna put a bunch of them in my little single serving jars, and the rest I'll probably put in a quart jar. So let me grab my jars and show you what kind of jars I'm putting these in. So you can certainly keep your yogurt in whatever you want to, but I like to use glass jars. So most of it will probably go in the quart-sized jars, but I also have these little kind of a single serving size little glass jars that I like to use, and these go great into my husband's lunch for work. So I also got these black lids. These are airproof and leak proof and all that, so I can put these in his lunch and not have to worry about them leaking or something if he leaves it tipped. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill several of these small single size jars, and then whatever's left I'll go ahead and put in my larger quart size mason jar or whatever I end up needing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start scooping this in, and I will show you what I got at the end. Alright, I filled all of my containers. So I got 8 of these little single serving size jars. I leave a little bit of room at the top in case people want to add some keto granola or blueberries or strawberries or whatever, or some sweetener. And I also got 1 quart sized full. And this I'll just wash out in the sink and hang it up to dry, and it'll be good to go. And this is all of the whey. So make sure that you look up some stuff where you can use some whey, because there's lots of uses for whey. So you don't have to throw it away. You can figure out a way to use that. I have a couple jars already in my fridge that I have not used yet, so I'm not sure what I'll do with it right now, but I am going to keep it. So that is what I have so far. Really, really quick and easy to make your own homemade healthy organic yogurt. And this is going to be low sugar because of the ultra filtered milk. So if you are keto and that is something you're looking for, make sure you look for that ultra filtered organic milk. Alright everybody, so that is it. That is how easy it is to make your own homemade healthy organic yogurt. I hope that I covered everything, but if not, please leave your comments and questions below, and I will try to reply to anyone that I can. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate you sticking around. Also, if you haven't already, make sure that you follow me on Instagram, because I share lots of pictures of the current happenings here in our up north home. So I guess that's it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.